Good afternoon, boys and girls. Today I'm going to do something different. I'm going to read a book dedicated to Martin Luther King Jr. And the book is called Martin's Big Words. When Martin was a little boy, everywhere in Martin's hometown, he saw the signs, whites only. His mother said these signs were in all southern cities and towns in the United States. Every time Martin read the words, he felt bad until he remembered what his mother told him. You are as good as anyone. In church, Martin sung hymns. He read from the Bible. He listened to his father preach. These words made him feel good. Martin said, when I grow up, I'm going to get big words too. Martin grew up. He became a minister like his father, and he used the big words he had heard as a child from his parents and from the Bible. Everyone can be great. He studied the teachings of Gandhi. He learned the Indian nation won freedom without ever firing a gun. Martin said love when others said hate. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. He said together when others said separate. He said peace when others said war. Sooner or later, all the people of the world will have to discover a new way to get together. In 1955, on a cold December day in Montgomery, Alabama, Rosa Parks was coming home from work. A white man told her to get up from her seat on the bus so he could sit. She said no, and she was arrested. Montgomery's black community learned of the arrest. It made them angry. They decided not to ride the buses until they could sit anywhere they wanted. Empty buses. From 381 days they walked to work and to school and to church. They walked in the rain and cold and in the blastering heat. Martin walked with them and talked with them and sung with them and prayed with them until the white city leaders had to agree they could sit anywhere they wanted. In the next 10 years, black Americans all over the South protested for equal rights. Martin walked with them and talked with them and sung with them and prayed with them. White ministers told them to stop. Mayors and governors and police chiefs and judges ordered them to stop. But they kept on marching. They were jailed and beaten and murdered, but they kept on marching. Some black Americans wanted to fight back with their fists. Martin convinced them not to by reminding them of the power of love. Martin said, love is love, the key to the problems of the world. Many white Southerners hated and feared Martin's words. A few threatened to kill him and his family. His house was burned. His brother's house was bombed, but he refused to stop. Martin remembered, if I am stopped, this movement will not be stopped because God is with this movement. The marches continued, and more Americans listened to Martin's words. He shared his dream and filled them with hope. I have a dream that one day in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. After 10 years of protest, the lawmakers in Washington voted to segregate the whites only signs in the South to come down. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. cared about all Americans. He cared about people all over the world, and people all over the world admired him. In 1964, he won the Nobel Peace Prize. He won it because he taught others to fight with words, not fight fists. Martin went everywhere. People needed him. In April 1968, he went to Memphis, Tennessee. He went to help garbage collectors who were on strike. He walked with them, he talked with them, and he sung with them and prayed with them. On his second day there, he was shot and he passed away. His big words are alive for us today. So, that was the story of Martin Luther King Jr. I hope you liked it. If you have questions, feel free to ask your mother or father or your caregivers. Have a good day.